Hello, welcome to Franklin County Home Health Agency's Where the Heart Is. I'm Jennifer Martin, your host for today's show. Franklin County Home Health Agency is proud to bring you this show each month, dedicated to providing information about our agency's programs and services, as well as helpful tips to help you stay safe and healthy at home. On today's program, we are celebrating the loyalty of our staff who are celebrating milestone years working at the agency this year. This year we are celebrating 19 individuals who have reached milestone years of serving from 5 to 35 years, bringing high quality home health care services to the people of Franklin County. So with me today to talk about how we bring this care to our community are three members from Franklin County Home Health Agency: Janet McCarthy, our Executive Director, our new Human Resources Director, Ann Boudreau, and one of our employees who is celebrating those milestone years, 30 years this year, is Rhoda Gagne. So thank you each for being here today.
Thank you.
Yeah. Janet, if you could start with talking about how our staff makes such a difference in our community and tell us a little bit about our programs and services.
I'd be happy to talk about it. So we have over 200 wonderful staff and volunteers that work at Franklin County Home Health, providing services throughout all of the entire county. And those services range from nursing services, home health aid services, homemaker services, rehabilitation therapy services, and we couldn't do all that without the work that supports our work from our billing office and our receptionists and our in-the-office staff. Mm-hmm. So it's just a fabulous crew, and we're really proud to recognize all the efforts and the things that they do this year. Mm-hmm. We've have developed two new programs this past year to meet the needs of our community. One is our Nurse Family Partnership. We're just now celebrating our first year anniversary. This is a program to help new mothers, first-time mothers, plan and prepare for their birth of their baby and learn how to properly care for that child and have very successful outcomes. The second is our Pediatric Palliative Care Program, and this is a program that will help to support families with children with life-threatening illnesses. So we're very pleased to bring and meet these needs of our community through our work.
Janet, you mentioned the new program, Nurse Family Partnership. Did that bring in new staff as well and new positions when we opened that program?
Yes, yes, actually it did. We hired a year ago 2 nurse home visitors and a nursing supervisor to support that program, and we were just recently awarded some additional expansion grant money, and we've just hired another half-time nurse to help support that program.
Wonderful. And how about, talk about briefly about the pediatric palliative care. Will that be staff that are already on hand, trained specially to enter that program? Or?
Yes, it's a complement to our home care program as well as our hospice program, and so we have staff that have an interest and some expertise in providing those kinds of services. There are some new services that will enhance that care through expressive art therapy and music therapy, play therapy, and we'll be looking to contract for those services.
Wonderful. Well, we look forward to maybe highlighting that program also on this program in the future. So thank you for sharing those with us. Ann, as one of our newest employees, welcome to Franklin County Home Health. You've been here for a couple months now, or
about 6 weeks,
awesome.
actually.
Well, good. Welcome.
Thank you.
Being new, and you are one of the first individuals that people meet when they come to Franklin County Home Health about a position. Can you talk with us first about what drew you to work in Franklin County Home Health?
Okay. Well, we were out of state. My husband and I lived out of state for quite a few years, and coming back, it was really important for both of us to work in the community that we live. So Franklin County is my home, always has been my home, so to come back has really been a great pleasure. And to have this opportunity to work with Franklin County Home Health has just been a wonderful experience, so I'm really happy about that. I bring about 20 years of HR experience with me, and I've worked in hospitality and retail, startup organizations, and manufacturing, and have had different roles in human resources. And so I feel I really bring a depth of experience and diversity to Franklin County Home Health. I'm really looking forward to working with everyone.
Well, we're glad to have you here, Ann.
Thank you. Thank you.
So talk with us about when you are meeting new potential employees. What are some of the attributes that you're looking for someone who wants to work in home care?
Well, we're always looking for employees that want to work for a professional team, provide expert care, and use their talent to help support the clinical management teams that we have. There's a lot of advantages of working for Franklin County Home Health. One is the employees themselves. It's really a pleasure to work with such a great team. But there's a lot of flexibility and a lot of diversity in the assignments that our employees have. So that's very attractive. And currently we have openings for registered nurses, occupational therapists, and physical therapists.
Okay, good. So individuals can call you directly at the office, or how else can they apply or find out about those positions?
They can apply online through our webpage.
Excellent. So our webpage, and I'll say it again at the end, is www.fchha.org.
Yes.
So there's some information about those programs there, or they can find your number and call you.
Yes.
Wonderful. So talk about what background folks might have. Do they have to have had work in home care, or how do other backgrounds bring something to this work?
Well, experience in home care is always desirable. It's not always what you see in your candidates. I think what I look for in particular, and certainly with a lot of discussions with Janet, it's the passion for working with our clients.
Right.
It's that passion and really wanting to help people and make a difference in their lives, and feeling good about it. So those are some of the things.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing. Janet, from your perspective, what are some of those qualities? I think Ann really covered that very well, but can you also add to that?
Yeah, I'm not sure I could top what Ann had to say. She did a great job, and you've done well for 6 weeks.
She gets it.
Yeah, I think it's there's a tremendous amount of autonomy in home health care, really an opportunity to truly make a difference. You're meeting patients in their home where they're most comfortable. That's I think what's really very, very different than working in a facility or other kind of institution. So we really do look for individuals who want to make a difference, who want to do something different, who have just a tremendous amount of care for the work that they do and take pride in the work that they do. We can teach the home care, but we really, really do look for people that can interact and communicate well with a broad and diverse group.
Wonderful. And talk about passion. You also talk about what we are celebrating today, which is that loyalty and dedication that keeps folks like Rhoda here for 30 years. So talk, Rhoda, if we could talk with you about your experience with home health, and bring us back to 1980 something, 1983. What interested you in this work, and how did you find Franklin County Home Health?
Well, my youngest was 10 years old, and I needed to get back and forth to BFA, and so I was able to get this job and be able to work around my kids, and I've been here for 30 years and I still like going to work every day.
We like to hear that. So she spoke to that autonomy and flexibility that Ann mentioned, and now you are a licensed nursing assistant?
Yes.
Yeah. So talk about what that work means and what that is.
It's getting into the places, like even at my age, when some of the patients are probably my age, but being able to go and actually help them stay home.
Right, yeah, and that's what we're all about.
Yes,
so.
and every day that I can help them stay home a little bit longer is a good day.
Yeah, very well said. Thank you, Rhoda. So I'm sure you've seen a lot of changes, and a lot of things stay the same in your 30 years.
Yes. It's always been like a family. Whenever we go, if we have issues with family, they usually will work with us to get around it, and we've always felt comfortable being at Home Health.
Thank you. You have a good team.
Yes.
Talk about the team that you work with and who else makes up that team.
There used to be North Dean, South Dean, but now we don't have North Dean, South Dean, but we have the RNs and the LNAs and the physical therapists and the OTs, and we all work together and we set the patients up usually, and the goal now is to keep them safe at home. And that's pretty much all it's been our goal, right?
Yeah, and if you're all working toward that same goal, you work together well on that, yeah. And we know you have a good support in your scheduling department, someone else who's been there a long time too, and with Teresa.
You mean Teresa?
You give her some credit with all the LNAs.
She's really, she's a person that works with our moods. If she knows not to call some certain people at first thing in the morning and wake them up to tell them they got to change their schedule.
Sure. After 30 years, you get to know all of your moods and schedules, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Good. Janet, talk about well, right now in this month is the time of year we do celebrate every year these milestone achievements like Rhoda's. Talk about some of the other staff this year who are celebrating either from 5 years all the way up to 35 years even.
Yes, 35. So our, Margaret Pelletier has been teaching childbirth education classes at our agency for 35 years. And I always say, Margaret, how did that happen? And she said, well, there was just a need to provide childbirth education in our community. And often that's how our services and programs really evolved. We just identified a need and figured out how to provide that. So I think Margaret is probably starting on her third generation of teaching families about how to prepare for childbirth. So we have a number of other staff that are celebrating their milestones. Mary Bostwick is a registered nurse that's been on this show a couple times before. But she will have been at the agency for 30 years. And she, like Rhoda, has seen a lot of changes at the agency through the years, as well as in healthcare in general. It's very different than when she first graduated from nursing school. So we have, I think, 3 individuals that are celebrating the 30 years, and I know we have all the way down to 7 individuals celebrating 5 years of employment. Yeah. So it's really, it's just wonderful. Over 300 years of experience just in those 19 people.
Wow. Together. Yeah, wonderful. Did you think 30 years ago you would be here?
No, but I remember when Janet first started.
And that was how long, Janet? You're close to a milestone, too.
Close to coming in on a milestone. Yeah. And it's hard for me to believe that I'm thinking about that. Yeah.
Well, it really does. Talk about some of the things, you mentioned some of the benefits of being flexible and stuff, but talk about other stuff we do to really build that team at Home Health and keep folks there.
Well, I can certainly speak to the orientation part of it. Being a new employee, I was, very welcomed when I came on board. I felt very comfortable, very protected. There was a lot of structure, and I had the opportunity to do some shadowing of personal care attendants and LNAs and RNs out in the field, and that was a really great experience to see how they connect with our people in the community, and you can tell their passion. And every place that I went to, the clients were telling me, you've got such a great team, and so that really felt good for me, certainly. It's very team oriented. Everyone is there to support you. They go above and beyond, and they're all human and very comfortable to work with. So for me personally, I feel very blessed to work in an environment such as this. So
great, thank you.
Thank you.
Good to have you there. June is our Staff Appreciation Month too, so things like this that we're doing throughout the year, dinners or lunches and things that you do to try to build that team support, but it sounds like that's already there, and these things are the fun extra stuff we get to do to celebrate everybody's accomplishments. Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. Tell me a little bit, Janet, what you enjoy most about working at Franklin County Home Health too. I know you've talked a lot about it, but going on to your milestone.
I think the best thing is the people. Yeah. So I really am very privileged to work with very caring professional staff and volunteers, very effective and professional board. I think I have a tremendous amount of pleasure in being able to go out and see patients from time to time, get to talk with folks on the phone, and that's a good reminder for me what it's all about. And I also am in a wonderful position to work with our community healthcare partners, the Northwestern Medical Center, Northwestern Counseling and Support. There's all kinds of things that are happening in our community to really assure that the residents of Franklin County get the very, very best health care, whether they're at home or in the hospital or nursing home or whatever. So, but hands down, it's the people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the people.
People and teamwork. So
absolutely.
Wonderful. Anne, if you could again remind us what those positions are currently that are open at Franklin County Home Health.
We currently have physical therapists, occupational therapists, and RNs that we're seeking right now.
Good. So we hope that folks, you know, we have, you said, over 200 employees, many of them who live in Franklin County, some outside the county who come in to take care of people in Franklin County. We do all of Franklin County, so we have a team in Enosburg as well as the southern part of the area. And so I think if people are out there who know someone who works at Home Health, we encourage them to ask them about what it's like to work here so that they can share those stories, or who are interested to call Ann and let you know that you want to talk more about working with this wonderful agency and this team that folks like Rhoda have been able to enjoy for 30 years and hopefully many more years. I know myself, I've been there, I had one little hiatus, but in all going on almost 18 years, so it's a fun place to work, and you make like family and friends, and I've had a chance too to do a lot of different things, which I know a lot of folks experience that as well at Home Health. Start maybe like I did in office, get a little touch of some care in the community, and then do some other office kind of work, then land here in this seat. So it's fun because there can be many different things that you grow and learn to do as well. So I've enjoyed that aspect of it, and that feeling of support from friends and family there. So I thank you all for taking the time to talk about what it's like to work in our community, and specifically to work at Franklin County Home Health. I congratulate you, Rhoda, on the 30 years. That's a wonderful accomplishment. Thank you for all that you do with your team, and welcome again, Ann.
Thank you.
And we hope you'll be here 30 years more too.
I hope so.
Janet as well. Thanks for your leadership with this team
Thank
of providers, and I really appreciate you being here today. So again, thank you for watching, and you can learn more information about our agency, its programs and services, as well as the positions that Ann mentioned today on our website at www.fchha.org, or you can call Franklin County Home Health Agency at 527-7531, and if it's about working with the agency, please ask for Ann Boudreau. We appreciate your support of our work in our community, and we hope you'll watch again. Thank you. Be well.